What is up, everyone? I am currently on the road to St. Louis, Missouri. Got an appointment over there I have to head to, and I wanted to come on here today and talk to you about how did I get so fat? You know, it's a pretty incredible thing that I could eat myself into being fat while I was working out 3, 4, sometimes 5 times a week and getting some form of exercise, whether it be a walk or something, every single day. I was never completely sedentary. I started working out in December of 2019. I was 37. I knew I needed to start working out, so I did. We all know what happened in early 2020, so that whole Corona thingy shut me down for a while. Then I started back up again like later that summer. And for the first, 2020, 2021, the first 3.5 years, all of 2020, all of 21, all of 22, and half of 23, I would go on like a spiritual fast, and no surprise to anyone, I'm eating little or nothing for days on end. And so I would lose weight, and then I would go off the fast and my weight would go back up. And I was in a high stress job in the ministry. It's actually very stressful to deal with people. It's similar to being like a counselor or a social worker, I don't know, whatever job when you're dealing with people and their problems. Us people, we have a lot of problems. So that would, cause me to probably stress eat, and then my body's producing a lot of cortisol, stress hormones, so that causes you to hold more fat around your midsection. Plus, when you're in the ministry, there are a lot of times trying to feed a lot of people for not a lot of money, which means a lot of carbs and a lot of bull crap. And nobody's paying attention to portions, and we just love each other, so we don't tell each other that we're fat, and we're too afraid to offend anybody anymore, so we don't say anything. And then oftentimes those are night meetings, so we're eating food at night, and if you're eating something that's higher in fat and calories and things like that, by far the best time to eat it would be earlier in the day, because at least you're going to have some activity going on to where you can move your body and burn some calories and get your digestive system working. Whereas at night, if you're to eat those things, your metabolism is shutting down to go to sleep, and so it's not burning hardly any calories. And so I was doing that for years, and even though I was working out 3, 4, sometimes 5 times a week, and some of those workouts are pretty rigorous too. For the most part, my body, would transition a little bit. Sometimes I'd get a little bit of muscle here and there, but especially in the places that hold all the fat, nothing was moving. And it's not like I've arrived or anything at all. That's part of the reason why I started this channel, is I'm gonna have you come along with me on this fitness journey, because I'm just now getting a coach to really dial things in. But I just wanted to tell you that you can be working out and you can be doing, things, and oftentimes, if we're really honest with ourselves, we're not really even working out because we want to be healthy. We want to pacify our guilt to say, well, I'm trying, and then use that as a justification to go out and eat the triple cheeseburger or eat the 15 fried chicken wings and the whatever else we're having, or the milkshake. I've done that many times. And there actually is a way to do that sometimes and to still lose weight if you are self-controlled, which is what I eventually became. But it takes a lot of self-control and planning and things like that around what else you're going to eat. And So how I arrived there was that I did not change what I was eating. I had someone tell me a long time ago, I want to say this is probably like 2011, and this guy said, or maybe it was 2009, but it doesn't matter. But anyway, he said essentially 80% of being in shape is what you eat. And at the time, I'm like 27 or something, and or 26 or something. I'm thinking, this guy's crazy, because my metabolism is still, really high at the time. My testosterone is really high because I'm in my late 20s. I hadn't had that testosterone dip that happens when you get a little older yet. And so I'm thinking that I'm fine. Well, that's what I experienced later on, is I had never changed what I ate, when I ate it, how I ate it. You have to change what you eat, how much you eat, when you eat. We're strategic about so many things in life. We're strategic about trying to get the girl that we want to like us. We're strategic about getting the right job. We're strategic about where we want to go on vacation and going to that awesome restaurant that you have to get on the list to get into. Or we're strategic about so many things, but when it comes to our health, we really don't care. No, we want to get on a GLP-1 and poke ourselves in the stomach and just not eat. And that's going to be definitely unhealthy in the long term, because we have to eat to have fuel for our bodies. The problem is, most of the time, the fuel we put in our bodies is a Wendy's double cheeseburger with extra bacon and extra cheese and the large Frosty or whatever, and then we get back in the car and sit on our butts, or we eat the largest meal of the day at night, and then we go sit around and watch TV and we wonder why we're fat. We eat more, we move less, we eat the wrong things, our stomachs are messed up, and all of these things. That is how I got fat. It's because I was eating the wrong things, too much of it. I was not applying anything that, in practical wisdom, we all kind of know in general. Now, I don't know as much as people that are teaching me, but I know that an apple is a heck of a lot healthier and has less calories than a Snickers, but they're both sweet. And I know that 1 ounce of peppered beef jerky is going to be a lot healthier than a huge double cheeseburger with all the processed stuff and the bread and whatnot on it. And when I began to apply those principles in 2023, I began to go through my first big phase in my health journey, which was losing the fat. I didn't eat enough protein, so I lost the muscle too, but I lost the fat. So next time, we're going to go into a little bit of my story about that. Until then, I'm going to let you guys go. Have a great day, and remember, you can do it. And if you need help, I'm willing to help you. Find me on Facebook, send me a direct message, and let's talk. Adios.